We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
All right, let's go, everybody. 5 wide is ready. 4 wide today. Kuhn and Armin. Butchie's out today. I looked and saw. Looked like his golf event. Kuhn went in smashing fashion yesterday. Hopefully, they didn't get rained at any point during the day, did they?
Nope.
Cleared out.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Love it. It's
Should
charity
have been
golf outing season.
An immense success, right? 250 grand was their goal. 3.5 million over the last, I think it was 40 or 35 years, and they looked like they were on pace to make that happen yesterday. So good stuff. Brian Butch doing God's work.
And they looked like they were having fun. I don't know if you saw Billy Schmidt's video he put on Twitter of Butch yanking that putt. And then KB missed one. And then, but Butch insisted it was still a good putt. And then there was something exchanging hands. I didn't see how much or what it was or who got it back. Well, I know
in KB was probably coupons for the prime quarter.
It was something like that, yeah.
Ooh,
bring your own steak and cook it yourself in our restaurant. Get 20% off soft drinks.
I don't know if
available only weekdays at the prime quarter.
You know, I don't. I don't know if this is true, but
we should go back.
You play with Butch on the golf course, and he says he doesn't handle. He bets with Palermo's coupons. He doesn't.
Yeah, he has Palermo's coupons. KB has prime quarter. Didn't you have a KB suggested dive bar, Armin? How did that work out for you?
That's not the one I ended up going.
I know.
Review on.
But didn't you attend? Didn't you try?
I did.
And what happened?
I went to 2 dive bars that night. I'm going to be honest. This is one of the only times I did it. I went in and I guess it was a dive. It was, but it was so nothing going on that I had to leave. I said, I can't fill time on this.
He couldn't have done an actual review, Steve, because it was so dusty and dank and quiet.
There was nothing.
There was nothing to review. It was just 4 blank walls, some cobwebs, and maybe tap beer.
Listen, I could have done it. I actually had.
You should have done it.
I could have done it, but it would have been a bad segment. It wouldn't have might have been good. I mean, you guys. It would have been so boring. And
it would have been great.
It's a review. It would have been the review of the bar.
I like to think that I can make it interesting with my
skill. To date, only one negative review.
There's only one.
Litigation.
Well,
classic Wisconsin. Everybody's so damn nice you can't get negative reviews. And if you do get one, we'll sue the hell out of you.
I'm not going to say the name of the place because I might want to go back there if I need a backup. I need a place to go.
Smart by you.
Everyone said the same thing. You want a real place, you go here, but you don't want to go. You don't know if that's gonna be a place. Like you don't know. Like okay, I'll go, and then like nothing. I mean, I'm just sitting there looking at a wall. Nobody else was in the place.
Not even a server.
I love the concept.
One bartender on her laptop. All right, go ahead, Dave.
I love the concept. It's so beautiful. However, you're hamstrung by that very issue you mentioned. That any scathingly negative review, even tongue-in-cheek, even the kind of knuckleheaded tough love of, look, we're just kidding around. You're a dive bar. You know who you are. We know who you are. This review is not going to affect people coming in one way or the other.
Even if you bring more people in.
Yeah. Right?
That was the irony of it, Josh. You gave a pretty good review.
Didn't matter.
Positive, yeah.
That's the thing. You got to remember these things, Armin, are people's babies.
They are. So what?
We don't take that lightly, Steve. We don't.
This is my issue. People in Wisconsin are so damn nice, Steve, and especially in dive bars. You want to talk about a place you still actually get service 99% of the time? The airline industry.
Nope.
Fast food industry. Any major sporting venue. You go into a dive bar in Wisconsin, you are getting great customer service.
Great.
Nearly every time. It's unbelievable. And they give you such great service. You're like, man, I want to speak kindly of this place because that's the Wisconsin way.
Of course.
They still cherish their dive bars. It's their babies, and they put a lot of time into it. But when you get one that doesn't, like Josh had, you should slam them.
I didn't even slam him.
He's like, we had a great time. The bartender was great.
Back to the Future 2 was on. It was a great time.
Maybe we should move the dartboard.
Screw this guy. Okay. Well, I don't know.
Anyway, what do you say about a place that
dive bar
treats you like family? You know, they always do.
Yeah.
Every place. Go ahead.
I don't know. Here's the dive bar review that you ought to be able to post but you couldn't because then you would so get in trouble. They'd be crazy. They'd either sue you, sue us, sue everybody, as the Jerky Boys once said.
You want to sue me?
Yeah.
Well, why not?
Sue everybody.
Me? Sue everybody.
Or the owner would come at you with a knife or a gun or his car or something worse. The review would be something like this. This bar is the perfect place for those contemplating drinking bleach instead, or perhaps are on the run from the law. Dirty, bad service, and lukewarm beer on tap. This bar will get you drunk, and it will also make you start to reevaluate your life choices. I give it 1 mug out of 5. Over on Highway KK and 102.
Is that a Yelp review? Tell me that's a Yelp review you just looked up right there.
No, I just made it up. I like that would be a
good
hypothetical
review.
Yelp
Good
review.
It's
Good,
tough.
good little synopsis at the end, man. Good. I mean, that would be a great little finish.
It's just tough because there's never an experience like that. Like
I'll be honest, the dirtiest bar I've gone into, the dirtiest one, St. Michael's Pub, right there on Riverside Drive in Green Bay, had the greatest bartender. She went upstairs to an apartment to get summer sausages and cheese links, put little toothpicks in it because they didn't have any food. I couldn't help but love that place.
They treat you like family. What are you supposed to say? All these places, that's what we do in Wisconsin.
Not
they
only
treat you
that,
like family.
Not only that, but most of these dive bars, the people that go there don't really want it that clean.
They
want it clean enough.
That's what a dive bar is
They
all
don't
about.
want it that fancy, Armin. They want
the mug pulled down. Here, fill it up.
I don't know about that dirty, but they don't want it bougie. Like you put something fancy in there, and they're gonna rebel against it. Like
but there's also dive bars where, and it's amazing from the outside. You don't know how this thing's standing. It's got toothpicks for 2x4s, and somehow these things are still around after 12 inches of snow sat on their roof for an entire winter. You walk into these places, squeaky clean. Strange. It's odd, but they are.
And that's the most fun about it. Look, I took Armin to my favorite dive bar, Castle Inn.
One of my favorites ever.
And that was like the best time ever. You got the, what was it, $200? Is that what you won on
I hit a pull tab.
On pull tab.
I think it was like 125 or
I mean, we were losing our minds. And to make the pizza, she had to go into the kitchen. She went into her kitchen because it's their house. Their house is attached to the bar.
Right.
It's like, hey, what's that noise? Oh, that's just my husband. He's upstairs in the bedroom.
He's doing the laundry.
Yeah, right.
What's he doing in the bedroom that's making noise without his wife?
Did I save that for me? No, I gave it to Armin.
And I did the shield on the wall where you pull it back, and that's where the bottle chute for the empty bottles is. I kept saying the shield game. It wasn't really a game.
It's not a game. You're just doing work for it.
That's the thing about it.
It's the garbage.
I don't know how you feel, John. Every time I go in, it's the same thing. It's you walk in, and it's kind of like the first couple minutes are awkward because they don't know who you are. And then in an hour, you're getting free beer. You're slamming high five to everybody. You're meeting, One-Eyed Pete in the back, and like everyone's got a story. Everyone's hugging you. It's like it doesn't take long for everyone to. It's like a big raucous party in your family. It's just it is a lot of fun that we do that every week. So I enjoy it a lot.
Like the lyrics to the Cheers theme. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
Yeah, right.
Great point.
That's the appeal of it.
Steve, when can we get you to do a cameo dive bar?
The answer to this is no. Say no.
After the Land of Scott, can we get you to do one?
The Land of Scott.
He's going to Scotland.
Yes. I want to do one for sure. I just need to figure out a time to do one, and I'll go find one. I need the list of places that have already been done, though. So
don't worry. You got a 5% chance to hit.
I can help you with that. Really? I can help you with that.
There's so many dive bars in Wisconsin, Steve. It's
we'll never run out.
Well, the thing is, could you do one in Scotland?
We've never done that. I can guarantee it.
I don't know if they're called dive bars.
They're called pubs. The
dive pub.
Right. Dive pub. Could we do a dive pub instead of a dive bar one time?
I did one in St. Lucia. I got ripped for it because it was the resort bar.
It was the resort one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So lazy.
Have you ever been?
It wasn't lazy. It's what I had.
You ever been to the modern equivalent of a modern speakeasy, where getting in, there's no sign outside.
Yeah.
The door is in a hidden sort of crook down a set of stairs, maybe around the back. Okay.
One in New
I'm
York,
thinking
it
of
was
one-
a Chinese restaurant, and you walk to what looks like the freezer with drinks. And when you open the door to the freezer, the entire freezer opens, and you walk down the steps that's behind the freezer and shut the freezer behind you.
That's awesome.
So
Wow.
cool.
Okay.
That's one.
Didn't
The other one was in Las Vegas, old Vegas.
What about the abandoned map building you got once from a dive bar? So they drew you like a map in the soda machine, and you had to go to some abandoned building.
No, it wasn't an abandoned building. It was somebody's house. It was
Oh.
somebody's house. They drove us. They drew us a map from the bar. The bar closed, and we stayed late. But after closing time, they drew us a map to get more beers on the way home. It was beer. It was a soda. It was a soda vending machine
That's
on
right.
a guy's front porch. We pulled in 2:30 in the morning, started loading our quarters in for these beers. Abe, a man opens the door, no shirt, beer belly out, turns around, he goes, "Just some boys buying some beers." Close the door, walk back in the house.
Here,
Yeah,
here
that's
you
wild.
go. Here's directions to go get some
That's
more
ba-
beer
that's
right there. You go
basically
down
it.
Elm Street, you get on I-94, and then the bar is right, the first exit there on the right.
Now you're telling me that's
Damn,
not
that's
good
a-
service? That's the best service.
Shout out to Hope at AC Tap.
AC Tap.
What is
that's right.
what is the Spy Bar, Spy Place attraction downtown Milwaukee where you've got to
Safe
pass
house?
a test?
Safe
to get
House,
in?
yeah.
Safe House, yes. Safe House would be sort of a speakeasy. There is one in downtown Philly that I went to during the Army Navy weekend.
Oh, I've been to
That was sort of a speakeasy where it was not advertised. You had to wait outside. It was not very big at all. It was tiny and served very highfalutin, very expensive mixed drinks.
Yeah, they're definitely
So it was
not
like-
dive bars.
It was not a dive bar. It was like a speakeasy for rich suburban
It's a
douchebags,
theme bar.
of which
right.
I was one.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Was.
How did you
I was
excommunicate
especially one
yourself?
at that moment? I was especially one at that very moment. How about that?
Nothing but polo shirts and quarter zips for Zabe at that time.
Yeah, because he had on sweatpants.
What is the suburban douchebag look? What is it?
The uniform
Yeah,
of the suburban douchebag?
yeah.
Well, you have to have your-
Expensive Peter Millar golf shirt.
Okay.
No,
Quarter
check.
Whatever Gitter used to wear.
Whatever.
Oh,
Poor Getter.
savage.
I said used
That
to
man
wear.
is a family.
He
You're
had a
not supposed
family.
to speak of the dead like that, for God's sake.
You know, I remember
My
meeting
goodness.
Gitter, and I didn't
R.I.P.
expect him to be wearing Yeezys and stuff like that. Like, you know, it was just different for me. I was like, "Oh, you wear
It hit
Yeezys?"
different, right?
Yeah.
To see a fellow producer wearing $400 shoes.
I
Right?
just-
With a cashmere Ryder Cup sweater.
Oh,
Did
and
it make Armin? Did you ever wonder what the hell you're doing, looking at what Gitter was wearing, being a producer just
Yeah.
like you,
Like, how-
working 1/3 of the amount of hours you're working
How
during?
does this guy afford this? Now I do.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right now.
I love Gitter. Now I
Stop the damn match.
For God's sakes.
I do I do scour the clearance site all the time for clearance, like for good deals and
Oh.
stuff. So I try and keep the fashion up, you know, with the
I love
good,
you,
with,
Gid.
with clearance. But Gitter would have like a different pair of Yeezys every day. I'm like, man, this guy is not what I thought this guy was. You know what I mean? And I didn't know him yet. Like I didn't really know him yet, and he was, you know, a very nice
He's
guy.
never
was who we
here,
thought he was.
and he's never here when he's not on air. How the hell is this guy pulling this off?
Driving when he was.
They just killed him right now.
It doesn't matter. He's not
Just
here.
carry the
Yeah.
casket.
Doesn't matter. He's not here.
Wow.
Oh,
We
And it
love
was
you.
opposite of, you know. Never mind. Just say.
by
Oh,
not
God.
saying you said it.
Like my boy Shay had a big love for Ohio State. Shay loves Ohio State. We know that, right? Shay,
Well, to be honest with you, I do like
Don't-
Ohio
don't
State,
do
but
that.
I also like all Big Ten schools.
Don't do
I like the conference, really, actually. I think it's fundamental football, not like this SEC stuff.
Shay knows college football. Come on. Anyway, he loved Ohio State, but he had one shirt that I always see him where I'm like, you gotta gear up on Ohio State. We need to get you some new Ohio State stuff. And that's
Well,
just
he
it
d-
was the
he
opposite of
does
Gitter.
know He does know college football. What he doesn't know is kissing girls or how to not get mugged in Chicago.
Jeez! What's happening?
What's happening right now?
All right, who are we doing next? Who are we doing next?
What are we doing next? We've done enough killing
Yeah,
for
You
one
can
day,
do me.
boys.
I'm off for. I'm gonna be on vacation. You can do me. I don't care. You guys can rip
Oh.
on me the next week and a half if you want.
No,
No, that's
all
not
of
the
your
same.
foibles and idiosyncrasies are on full glorious display, and you own them. You lean into them.
Well,
and
why
that's a
wouldn't you?
wonderful
This
way
is
to live.
we only live in one life here. Why wouldn't you?
You're right.
Can I
You're
tell
right.
you? I'll tell you.
Accept who you are. Embrace who you are.
I'll tell you a funny story that happened on the way back from Detroit. We're driving back from Taylor Swift concert, and Laura does have video of this, so I should have put it up, but I didn't do it. I can try and do it after the show. There were more than a few cars, at least 2, that had their cars painted up. We're going to the Taylor Swift concert. Honk if you're a Swiftie. I'm like, this is kind of funny, right? Both times I honked, no reaction at all. They look confused. I'm like, what is going on? Your car's all painted up. I'm trying to get into this.
Say honk. Did you have any 13s painted on your car?
No, I didn't paint anything
Well,
on my car.
then, did you have the lyrics for Love Story on the back of your windshield?
No. But
They
if
didn't
you
think
have
you
on-
as an authentic Swiftie.
If you have on your car all that stuff and honk,
They
and
saw
this-
you as a bandwagon jumper, Armin, as a poser, as a
that's true.
posing Swiftie.
Right.
they're like, real
Right.
Swifties don't drive Kia Sportages and stuff like that. That's probably what it was. By the way,
Shouldn't-
great car drive for road trip. That thing was great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, question:
Oh,
did
my
you
God.
listen to Taylor Swift all the way to and from?
Told Laura we can't. I said we can listen to some,
Yeah, that
and
is
she
too
and
much.
she agreed. She's like, I'm like, we can listen to some, but we got to have some stuff for me too. We got to mix it up. So that was good too.
Did you tell Kuhn yesterday that she called it the most important day of her life?
No, she said one of the most important nights of her life. She said that. I was like, it's
Cool.
really that big of a deal? She goes, Armin,
Where
Kuhn,
did she
absorb
rank
that
it
comment.
with your memories?
She
The
said-
Bradley Center,
She-
the actual wedding day, the
Well,
honeymoon, the consummation.
she said,
Where did she rank it in those 4 or 5?
she said, besides wedding, besides, being engaged, all those important things is one of the most important nights of my life. She's like, Armin, this was game 6 for me. You know how you felt for game 6, how important that was for you.
I mean, that was the best memory ever.
right. She's like, this is what it's like for me and all these people in here.
What I want to know
This
is
is
when
their
she
one
said
shot at glory.
when she said to you, "This is one of the best nights of my life." What did you say? Oh yeah, I'm kind of having fun too, I guess.
I said, you put a lot of pressure on me. You put a lot of pressure on me to make this.
No,
Yeah, because you
Armin-
got to finish. You got to finish that thing with a bang. It's got to have a great final chapter, Armin. When you guys,
Armin looked at her and kind of pointed to himself with a quizzical look, like we're having a threesome tonight.
No, I said, honestly, I was like, I got to
In
make sure.
Detroit?
I got to make sure it's everything she wanted. So I had to
with a
make sure
Swiftie.
I helped her get her shirt.
Oh, you gotta have another Swiftie.
He wrote on the
Yeah.
back of the Kia, "Honk if you had a 3-way in Detroit."
Oh, yeah,
No?
right.
No one
Looking for a
else? Oh.
threesome.
What?
And we'll be in section 412. I don't know. We got off on a silly
Well,
rant.
I
What
got
are we
to
gonna do? You know?
No, I found the
What's
shortest.
happening?
I found the shortest T-shirt line for her. I told her where we can get the shortest for drink line.
I told you were going to be responsible for the
And guess
T-shirt.
what?
I told you.
She's like, you
How
did a
much
great
was
job.
the T-shirt?
$45, which I expected a little more, to be honest.
Did you buy one or
You're-
two?
She just got one for herself. I didn't want one.
You didn't get one?
No, I don't.
Were you able
Should I
to
have?
close
Yes.
that thing like Josh Hader in the 9th? Did you successfully finish her best day ever as the best day ever?
Yeah.
I think I did.
Oh.
I think I did. He
Gotta
said.
Why not? I think
A
I did.
gentleman never
Suffer.
kisses and tells. Kuhn, you know that, but he says he
All
thinks.
right.
Oh, that's what he's talking about. Oh,
Armin thought it was the nachos at the end of the concert.
Yeah. We stopped for ice cream. Isn't that what you mean?
Oh God. Yeah. All right.
not a bad drive.
Very
though,
good.
honestly.
Tag, you guys are it. 9 to noon is next. Enjoy, everybody. Josh, great job as always. Thanks for listening. Have a great Tuesday, and we will see you tomorrow.
I'm justified for wearing the bag. Take a joke and right. You're justified.